Hello, everybody. Welcome back. PieCover here. Amazing, amazing. Happy New Year, everybody. This is another wonderful show. I'm gonna go over what is going on the Bitcoin ecosystem, um, as well as the Lightning, which is kind of exploding right now. Um, so, as you know, Lightning is basically a second layer on top of Bitcoin. Basically you lock a Bitcoin transaction, like you lock some Satoshis in a channel, and then you bounce Satoshis back and forth. You could use like a Lightning wallet, right, to facilitate that, like wallet of Satoshi or Blue or Moon wallet or Blue wallet. I'm gonna go back to that, and so you open a Lightning channel, so using your Bitcoin node and all that. But um, the other day I made a tweet. I'm gonna show you guys what I said. I said a lot of people are waiting for the Bitcoin halving so number can go up, while we should instead focus on building, innovating, and providing much more value to the world in the Bitcoin economy, right? That's a better way to attract people, businesses, and countries to Bitcoin. So the reason why I made this tweet, it just had like a few views, but because I'm not that popular on Twitter and I don't wanna be popular. But here's the my point is, in order for Bitcoin value to go up, is the that's the chart. That's basically is the rainbow chart. Show you the Bitcoin halving, and then after the halving, you have this explosion and all that. If you in retrospect, when you look back and you say, okay, hey, okay, is that just the halving, or like what was the other value in that? Well, then you realize, yes, okay, since the beginning, Satoshi solved the problem, right? There was a need for to solve the double spending problem. There's a need to for outside money. There's a need to solve the business engineer problem, right? So Satoshi reintroduced proof of work, and then give us a solution to that. And then we have like halving, which contribute to that, another way, the way the chain works and the supply and all that. But I think though the most important thing is because of the value we bring to the world. It's not much of the having, and it's less, it's scarcer, and then oh okay, there's this mania. I think more of the value we bring to the world. All those companies, all those people risking their life and take risk and their money, their time, their life to produce value, create like beautiful companies. I see this company like Machinkura in Africa. Um, I encourage you guys to check it out. It's a wonderful startup, which is basically facilitating Bitcoin transaction over the text messages, right? So many people they have feature phone that can't really go to the internet, and those people they need a way to transact, right? So we can't let those people behind, right? We have to go come with them. So while you're not gonna just buy everybody a smartphone, or because they're still not gonna have full access to internet, right? So what you do basically, you go meet them where they are. So you bring send Bitcoin over the messaging message protocol, which is already here. I think it's USSD, and then they just bounce Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. So which is, I think, it's a very very amazing startup. And I also tweeted as well, if anybody is interested in something like that, I'm gonna show you the tweet I made, because this is in Africa. Machinkura is in Africa, but I said, is there any developer out there willing to help start a Bitcoin project Machinkura like for the Caribbean region, like Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Guyana, Cuba. So why I said this because the more, like just like Jack Milo said, the more companies, the more startups we have using the Lightning Network, the better it is. So we need more of those startups, right, to like Machinkura, to coming up and provide this service where people can send Bitcoin over the light over SMS USSD, the messaging protocol. And even sometimes you may say, oh, well, I mean, never you want to use that. I mean, I always have good internet connection and all that, but you never know where you're going to be. Maybe you're going to be in the desert, or you're in the forest or somewhere, right? You don't have that access to internet, right? You don't have internet connection, or the internet connection is down for days, right? So now, but you have the messaging, right? So you can still send that over the text messages, right? So, like even at least you have technology here, right? Even developed countries, I see like so many people that don't have internet. Like I have friends that I give phone, right? I give them my phone because they don't have a phone, right? So, like those are developed countries, right? So that's why I think yes, we in those places, but it's still good to have those things as those type of technologies, even though we don't use them, right? But we still have them, like just like radio, right? We say we have the Bitcoin developers, just they send the transaction over the radio network, right? So yes, we may never use them at least, but it's here, right? In case, in the worst case scenario, right? So those are the things I think we need to encourage more and take more risk and invent, innovate, and provide much more value to the society. And then the price will come later, right? After it's not even relevant because when you see the trend is up, right? So Bitcoin is scarce. I know that it's all of things, but it's not just about the price. We need to think about the value we're providing to the world. We can't just we're not gonna rip people off, and then after the halving and then the price drop and all that doesn't make sense, right? So in Africa, when you see where the mining industry is doing a great job, you have people go and then provide like electrical services with Bitcoin mining, make lower prices. Those are, we're solving a problem. This is what gonna bring Bitcoin back, right? So is when we're solving a real problem in the real world, then people will start to attract to us, right? Other countries say, hey, we need to adopt this thing because we can't get left behind, right? So this is what we have to do. So, yes, I encourage the saving, the DCA. In fact, I say, hey, this is how much money you can make. Let's say if you saving $1 a day for the last 9 years, this is how much money you make. Like you would spend basically 3,000. Your 3,000 would give you 132,000. So that's tremendous, right? I mean that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, we need to think about providing the real world value, like these things, right? Like you see, Taro is going to be built on the Bitcoin, right? Because by using the Taproot, right, which was the implementation on the Bitcoin network on June last I think November last year. So they're gonna use that. It's basically Taro is, let's say you have these people right in say in El Salvador and other developing countries. Well, if you send them some lightning payment, right? I went there and I give a few people merchants the Bitcoin, right? There was a fleet of it. I give it to them. I say, okay, here's your tip, and I said, keep it, save it, and I write down the code, the mode pass, the seed phrases in a paper, and I give it to them. I said, save it, and then in the future you may need it. So because they think, okay, well, because they cannot afford a 50%, 60% drawdown, right? So and since then, I think the price dropped like maybe 40% since I gave them since I left there. But those people, they can't afford those drawdown, right? We have to be conscious of that. So why not give them a stable coin on the like on Taro or Lightning Network, so they can at least have them. So if they want to save some, right, they can save some, and then they can decide to, okay, well, let's say I don't want to save. I just want to let's say I just want to hold some Bitcoin a little bit, and then I will do my business with Lightning, with the basically stablecoin, right? They can, right? So that's the way, right? They don't have to go. They're using basically the government app, which is Achivo. I can't really support that because it's basically, yeah, I mean, it's good for, to get the people started, but it's not a good thing for long term, right? So what if the government change? Well, who is gonna be, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of afraid of this. That's why I think we should provide more like this, like other, you know, free market app so people can use there. So but to be focused on the point, the point is that we need to provide more service to the world, and the world can be attracted to us, right? So um, Teo is gonna be good, and so let's move on to. I was talking about merchant Kura providing Bitcoin like Ghana, Kenya, and so many countries in Africa, and the people can send Bitcoin without internet. That's a lot. That's a big step forward, and we need more and more of those companies. A lot more of those companies, and they can interoperate to each other because, as you know, Lightning Network is open. So a machine transaction will be it can be you can send a transaction using that to another Lightning network, right? So the interoperability is massive. And let me talk about the Moon Wallet. I made a review about it. It's wonderful. It's simple, quick, and easy. And wallet of Satoshi, right? So those are the, I think it's good, right? If you want to, let's say you need a LN URL, right? You need let's say an address, and you could just put on your website or on your Twitter account or your YouTube channel, and you want to receive tape, right, from your subscribers, just like I did on my channel over here. If you look, you'll see um, over here in every video. Let's say these are the links you could use. Like you could use these links. For example, if I show you this video, the most popular video recently that I made about Bitcoin versus AI. Let me check this video about how to connect your hardware wallet for like this. What I did basically, I show you how to do this, right? And I go down, and down below I said, hey, this is you can Bitcoin tape me. This is my RB, and this is my this invoice. Yes, it's still public, yeah, but you have a wallet of Satoshi, and you could just use that LNURL to send me a few sats. If based on what the value you find in the video. Yeah, so basically you could do that. So these things, they facilitate that for us, right? So those are the things you can use in those technologies, right? Yes, it's not fully self-custodial wallet. um it's kind of partially, right? So you don't hold your own keys basically on from the Bitcoin chain, but it's coming, right? You have Breeze, the Breeze wallet, that's basically creating this platform where you can basically provide this self-custodial facilitation for people, because it is a future. You don't want to hold people's keys. So that's that. And you have, yeah. So, and I have one of the things I'm very bullish on is the Stratum V2 protocol, which is like a mining protocol. Basically, when you're mining, you have to always go to a mining pool, provide your hash rate, sell it to them, and then they will just do whatever they want with hash rate and computing power. And you don't have a say about the if you win a block. You don't have a say about how you organize transactions. But they decide which transaction if they want to censor or not. So Ethereum V2 gives you back the power as a miner, individual miner. So you can take that power back and also can bring more decentralization to the network. To relate to what I'm saying, this is a blockchain, and if you go down to the pool from uh, this is a past six blocks. You have Foundry USA, mine three of them, and you have Binance Pool mine two. So that's kind of decentralization problem when you have all this a big mining pool controlling, right? So what if we could have what if we could have instead a uh, a more decentralized way to organize uh, pool, right? So and facilitate more and more better pool production, and then miners can win more, get more money. So or let's say get more satoshis. Yeah, so that's it's a way to solve this problem. So add more decentralization. So I'm very bullish on that, and I was even looking for ways like if I could support this project because it's so amazing. I think brains.com is one of the big proponent of that, and there are so many other miners who still support it. So amazing. And the other development I'm seeing is the Noster, which is a great platform. So, which is like a protocol for you could build a decentralized application like Twitter on like decentralized, and nobody can delete or censor you, and nobody can block your tweet or what you want to say. It's very amazing. You have Diamonds, I think one of the most popular one. You have so many all of them. They are still coming. I'm sure there will be much more. And this is basically how it works. You just get in there, and then you see all those posts. One of the last posts was people just saying things just like on Twitter, right? So it's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, so I mean, it's something you can check out. You could just create an account. You just log into it. It just gives you an account. It doesn't like requires like your phone number, your email, or any of this nonsense. You just simply just log in, and that's it. No ID, in terms of like your real ID and all that. You just create an account. So amazing. And what else? What else? And also is DCI. So stay humble, stack sats, and also you have Yalts, which is a good platform. You can basically post an article and then get paid for it, and you just get a few satoshis. Amazing. And I also to show you how I did in my YouTube channel. And by the way, thank you everybody for the new subscribers and for tipping me. I I had a few I had got a few such satoshis from the past couple of weeks. It was very amazing. It feels so good to get like value back. I had quite a bit, and I really say thank you for all of you who support the channel. With your satoshis, it feels so amazing, and I'm still growing. This is just 251 subscribers, and as you know, like YouTube will not pay anything until you get to the point where you get 1,000 subscribers, and then you have to get like 4,000 hours of people watching your videos, so you can be able to monetize. So that's one of the thing, right? So that's why I think it's a good thing if you guys could support me for now. And basically, what I have in the playlist, you will have uh, you'll find like Bitcoin mining videos, content. You have Toxic Talk, which is a podcast I do um, I do this podcast every day by going to work. So you see, this is a way I have fun. I try to have fun making that, and I have a lot of fun. Um, so I talk a lot about Bitcoin mining, and a lot of educational content there. And you will find
Hello, everybody.
also.
Let's talk about the.
So you will find also Bitcoin education. You have the basics. If you need to learn from the basics, Bitcoin, white paper, and you have and I have a simple one that has the Bitcoin literacy class one, and within Bitcoin literacy classes, you have one, two, three, four. So you could simply get started, and why Bitcoin, all that thing, and then you have so I guess I'd say some news, what's going on, and what really matters. You can watch. So, anyways, that's that. And yeah, so I think I pretty much cover a few much of the things I wanted to. Yeah, check those things out, guys, and what's going on in the Bitcoin ecosystem. There's a lot going on, so make yourself a favor to just keep in touch, right? So run your own node. So and then verify your own transaction. Don't just verify, on your own wallet, right, on your own keys, and build a army around you in terms of like in a good way. Basically, you send some satoshis to others, help them to get it, understand it, explain it, teach it, share it. Right, so what 10,000, 10 satoshis, it's just nothing. Right, it's not gonna buy you a meal anytime soon. Right, you could share it to somebody. You can get like I think 80,000 for $1 now. So, anyways, I wanted to send this out there, and I hope you guys enjoy. And if you find value, right? If you find value, go down below the video, and yeah, so give some value back, or just go on the YouTube channel, and then you see this button, Bitcoin tapes, and all those things. You could just share me some value, and I would feel happy about it. And thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you again in the next video.